Hello guys and welcome to our Game Week 20 preview. This is the third game week that we have in 1 week, and there's going to be another game week in 2 days, so it's been a little crazy lately. Let's start this preview with budget picks. This week we have 4 instead of 3 picks. Who's getting spoiled now? Bill TA costing you 3.8 mil. Although he has only started 2 games since the start of the season, but during his last full game he contributed heavily to Cardiff keeping a clean sheet on the road to Crystal Palace, and should feature more in the coming game weeks. Kamara for 4.4. Fulham's budget striker has been playing more than usual lately, scoring 2 goals in the last 5 games. Fulham play Huddersfield home this week, so he just might grab another one. David Button costing no more than 4 mil. As first choice Brighton goalkeeper, Matthew Ryan will be away on international duty with Australia and will not be returning before mid-February. David Button is likely to fill in for his position considering he was on the bench in the previous game week. At such a fee, he offers fantastic value for a starting goalkeeper, especially if you already own a premium one. And finally, Jan Valery, Southampton's new defender, will only cost you 4 mil. He started in the last 3 games. After Game Week 22, Southampton have a decent run of fixtures. So Valery may be more than just a 5th defender. Moving on to differentials. Up first we have Dean from Everton. In the summer, Everton signed 3 Barcelona players. All 3 are now making their mark. He's in great form at the moment with 3 goals and 1 assist in the last 4 games, scoring a 10 and a 17 in the process. Made even more pleasing as Everton haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 6 games and he's still scoring big. Just imagine his points when Everton do keep that long awaited clean sheet. Brighton, Leicester, Bournemouth, Southampton and Huddersfield are Everton's next 5 games, and I can see 2 or 3 potential clean sheets. Dean is also on most free kicks and some corners. If you don't already own him, then what are you waiting for? Next off you have Eriksen. The Great Dane is slipping slightly under the radar due to the exceptional form of Kane and Son. Eriksen hasn't blanked in his last 5 starts and has got 2 goals and 5 assists in these games. With Trippier being rotated a bit with Aurier and Walker Peters, it should mean more set pieces for Eriksen to take. In the last 5 matches, Eriksen also has 5 shots on target and 5 attempted assists. Spurs play against Wolves, Cardiff and Fulham in the next 4 games, and they have scored 17 goals in the last 5 games. You simply have to own a Spurs attacking threat. Ali is doubtful, Kane is very expensive, Son is going to the Asian Cup soon, Lamela and Moura are rotated a lot. Eriksen is the perfect choice. Lastly we have Doucouré. The Watford midfielder is having a great season. We think he can be a cheap option if you're looking for someone to replace Fraser. Doucouré has 2 goals and 1 assist over the last 5 game weeks, 7 shots on target, more than any other Watford player, and 4 attempted assists. Watford as a club are still on decent attacking form with 9 goals scored in the last 5 game weeks, despite facing Chelsea and Man City. The fixtures will turn into their favour with Newcastle, Bournemouth, Palace and Burnley the next 4 opponents. Concerning clean sheets odds, Spurs, United and Man City have the best clean sheets odds in Game Week 20. Check out the rest of the list for the odds of all the other teams. Our top 4 players to watch in this game week are Hazard. Chelsea travel to Crystal Palace for another London derby this game week. Their previous 5 meetings have ended with 3 wins and 2 losses in favour of Chelsea, with a goal difference of 8-6. Palace have had a few positive results lately, but nothing to worry Hazard, who scored 10 goals and made 9 assists this season. In his last 5 games he has 3 goals, 4 assists and 6 bonus points. He has 23 shots on target, 50 attempted assists, his goal conversion is at 20%. Son. Tottenham welcome Wolves to Wembley this game week. Tottenham have been playing very well in their last 2 games, scoring 11 goals. Son has scored 7 goals and made 5 assists this season. In his last 5 games he has 5 goals, 3 assists and 8 bonus points. Like Hazard, Son has been dominating for Spurs lately and produced more goals, assists, shots on target and attempted assists than any other Spurs player. He has 15 shots on target, 12 attempted assists, his goal conversion is at 22.6%. Martial. Manchester United take on Bournemouth at Old Trafford this game week. Their previous 5 meetings have ended with 4 wins and 1 draw in favour of Man United, with a goal difference of 9-3. Martial was out with sickness last game week, however he's back to training and should start this time. Martial has scored 8 goals and made 1 assist this season. He has 13 shots on target and 21 attempted assists. His goal conversion is at 40%. And our recommended captain picks for this week are Salah playing Arsenal home, Kane playing Wolves home, and Pogba playing Bournemouth home. On our Twitter poll, 46% of fans voted to Kane as captain, followed by Hazard 21%. Time to answer frequently asked questions. Who should we sell, Sané or Sterling, or give them a last chance? Let's have a look at the decent form of both players compared to recent slumps. As you can see from the stats, there's a drop in the performances of both players, especially Sterling. Yes, he has played reduced minutes, but all his key stats have really fallen away. Sané on the other hand has dropped off in goals and assists, but overall his stats have been very similar and in some areas better than they were. Let's not forget that City as a team seem to have really hit a really bad run of form. I think the most important factor in back-to-back defeats to City is the absence of Fernandinho and Aguero. Now Aguero is back from injury and Fernandinho likely to be back this weekend. So I expect City to get their title challenge back on track with 3 very winnable fixtures in the next 5 against Southampton, Huddersfield and Newcastle. Given that the champions can afford to lose more ground on Liverpool, I would expect both players to feature in the majority of the upcoming matches. So do we get rid? It depends. If I had enough funds to swap Sterling for Salah, then I would do so in a heartbeat. Sterling's price is dropping while Salah's is going up. The problem is that in order to do so, you would need to sacrifice one of Kane, Sané, Hazard or Oba. The obvious option would be to sell both Sterling and Sané, but that would leave you without any City cover. That's madness? Not really. I think owning neither Hazard nor Salah is way riskier than disposing of City assets. For this week they are both worth giving one more chance to redeem themselves. If they don't produce, then I feel we'll have to say goodbye. Sterling before Sané. 37% of managers voted to selling Sterling while 28% chose selling both. Keep or sell Alonso or other Chelsea defenders. With a run of 8 games without attacking returns and only 2 assists in his last 15 games, have we finally run out of patience? By delving into the stats, there's one notable difference: shots. In the opening 4 game weeks, Alonso had 14 shots, however in the last 15 game weeks, Alonso has had only 15 shots. Worrying. Alonso has arguably been one of the most unlucky players in the league so far this season, as he hit the woodwork 5 times, more than any other player. Is he creating chances as he did in the opening fixtures? Interestingly, he created 4 big chances in the opening 4 game weeks, and in the last 15 game weeks he has only created 2 big chances. What about penalty box touches? In the opening 4 game weeks he had an average of almost 5 penalty box touches per game, but in the last 15 game weeks he has only had an average of almost 3 touches. Yes, this is the best of all the Chelsea defenders, but let's not forget that he cost 6.8 mil. But is Alonso good value for money? I would say that David Luiz and possibly Rudiger are worth keeping, but Alonso doesn't seem to be good value for his money. 44 of his 104 points came in the opening 4 fixtures of the season. This was an average of 11 points per game. Since then, he has averaged 4 points per game. We should expect more for his price tag. 64% voted selling Alonso and other Chelsea defenders, while only 36% chose keeping. After his performance in Game Week 19, is Pogba the must-have United player? I answered the frequently asked question for the last game week, which analyzed the United FPL options. The stats clearly showed that Martial was the best value, but Pogba scored 2 in the last game and had 3 assists in the match before. Pogba is a good option at 8.1 mil, and with their run of nice fixtures continuing until the end of February, he's definitely worth considering, but to say he's a must-have seems a little premature. For me, I still think Martial is the best option, with Pogba closely behind him in second place. We asked our fans who's the must-have United player, and 59% of votes went to Pogba. Is Son worth buying now, knowing that he won't be available after the Man United match? Yes, yes and yes. I said in the last preview that the Korean is the in-form player in the Premier League at the moment, and he didn't disappoint at the weekend, scoring a brace versus Bournemouth. Now he has a goal or an assist in the last 6 matches, with matches against Wolves, Cardiff and United in the next 3 before he leaves to represent his country in the Asian Games. I would back him to continue to score FPL points. If you bring him in, you would have a nice looking list of options you could replace him with when he leaves, as he now costs 8.7 mil. West Ham's Felipe Anderson, Pereira of Watford and Pogba or Martial of United are a few who are all cheaper than the Spurs men. Opinions were pretty divided on our Twitter poll concerning buying or avoiding Son. We really like these tables made by fantasy football experts, which show fixtures difficulty ranking in the next 4 games, both offensively and defensively. This is it for this preview. Thank you guys for watching. Visit our Facebook, Twitter and website for daily updates even during the game weeks. Leave all your questions in the comments below. Good luck in Game Week 20 and talk to you soon.